Today, we are announcing criminal charges against 19 defendants for fraudulent home health care schemes that targeted Pennsylvania's Medicaid fraud program and resulted in over $4 million of fraud. The program allows those with physical ailments to be cared for by those they trust the most. But infiltrated by greedy and deceitful opportunists, this program becomes a money tree, a gravy train for criminal fraudsters. They are not paperwork errors or good faith accounting errors. They involve supposed home health aides who billed the taxpayer for home care services but never actually provided those services.
The Department of Justice just a few moments ago exposing some of the latest alleged fraud schemes that they've discovered, this time in Pennsylvania. One involving a home health aide accused of sending Medicaid a bill from jail. Another was an alleged narcotics trafficker who reportedly claimed to be providing home health care while he was packaging drugs. Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Emily Compagno, here with my co-hosts, Kayleigh McEnany and Harris Faulkner. And also joining us today, Martha McCallum, anchor and executive editor of The Story and co-anchor of Fox News election coverage, and Dakota Meyer, Medal of Honor recipient. Now, the Senate Budget Committee is holding a hearing today on Medicaid spending. Here's how that's going.
What's your best guess as to how much per year this cheating costs the federal taxpayer?
We released the report on this yesterday, Senator, and estimated that it's $33 billion. It was $33 billion in 2024.
Okay. And that's $33 billion that is taken away from the people who really need Medicaid. Is that right?
Yes.
Meanwhile, the New York Post exposing what it calls New York's medical fraud capital, where often empty senior centers bill Medicaid $100 million a year for patients. The Post reports that when it visited some of the largest of these social adult daycare centers, which are private businesses that have claimed between $20 and $40 million a year from Medicaid over the last 6 years, many storefronts were shuttered, and those that were open had empty rooms with no patients. A 1-mile radius that is home to 77 of these facilities accounts for 14% of daycare spending in the entire Empire State. Martha, just shocking statistics, frankly. Obviously, finally, this DOJ taking one bite at a time out of this huge elephant.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at this 1-mile area, it's quite clear that in this neighborhood, this is the business model, right? You can bilk millions of dollars from Medicare. And the really sad, crushing part of this to me is how easy this is to do, which tells you that larger government is not better for people. It's a huge place where corruption gets lost and fraud is easy. Honestly, in some ways, you cannot blame these people for taking this money. It is just so easy to pretend that you're helping people. This Living Well daycare on Northern Boulevard in Flushing, no lights on, empty tables in a mess hall near the entrance, no seniors inside, but Living Well billed Medicaid $27 million and had over 26,500 patients, according to this data. You know, there's 5 different agencies, including the DOJ, whose job it is to oversee the Medicare and Medicaid money that goes out the door. We need to see arrests on the perpetrators' part. I mean, perp walks in this case, because you need to send a really strong signal that, look, don't even try this. You are not going to get away with it. It's going to be humiliating. You're going to be paraded in front of the cameras. And then we also need to do an accountability check at these agencies that are supposed to be doing what the New York Post just did in this story, and we've seen in Minnesota and all over the place. And if you are working for these agencies and this money is going through your fingertips and you're not doing your job, you also need to be fired.
Indeed. So deterrence, Dakota, and also as Martha talks about how easy it is, seemingly, how prevalent it is. We have a video for you where a healthcare president that says, yeah, most states do cheat the federal law on Medicaid. Let's take a watch.
The states determine, in accordance with federal rules, who's eligible for Medicare. For Medicaid? Is that the case?
Yes.
Okay. Now they have to do it in compliance with federal rules. right?
There's the federal eligibility rules that the federal government does a very poor job of enforcing.
Do all states follow the federal rules?
No, they don't.
Some of them cheat, don't they?
Many of them cheat.
So it's everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, look, first off, the question is, are any of us surprised? Right? I mean, we shouldn't be surprised by this. I mean, this is what happens when our government gets so big and everybody starts relying on the government. It creates this chamber to where there's this potential to be able to cheat it, to be able to run by policies. Where's the accountability at on this, right? These aren't victimless crimes. Every dollar that is stolen, every dollar that is taken away, that was a dollar that was meant to go to somebody that needed it, right? And we've got to hold them accountable. I mean, one of the big pieces of this, and go back to all of us look at your taxes that you pay. Do you pay more taxes to the state that has more of a direct correlation to what your life should be, or to the federal government, right? We've got to reverse that side of it and stop having states relying so much on federal government and then they'll be held accountable. We've got to have accountability back to all the way down to our communities. And the problem is this thing is so wide and it's so broad that it's hard to track down. Well, how you interpret all these policies are nothing more than, they're not objective, they're subjective, and they are how they are interpreted and how you can spin this, which provides opportunity for them to weaponize this, which is what we see across the board. And I think we've got to get back to accountability. And this is also when you look back for the last, the terms before, the president, this is what happens when there's unchecked and there's money that's being spent that's not held accountable to where it goes, right? We need our money driven to results, not to just emotions, and that's what we've got to get back to.
Yeah, what a great point, Harris, that people used to argue over 1 cent of their gas tanks essentially going toward public education, and now don't people understand half of their paycheck is going toward fraud, not the federal government, but fraud. And you and I have talked about at length personal experiences and loved ones that have gone through the Medi-Cal and the Medicaid system, and the thought that elderly and deserving patients are negatively impacted from these just horrific criminals. It's really heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the victims at this are really what we need to be focused on, because there are millions of them. They are aging and they are ill, many of them. And so they can't fight on their own. They're going to need somebody to fight on their behalf. And so I had on former federal prosecutor Andrew Cherkasky, who we know well here at Fox. And he pointed out that in this particular instance, the way that the federal government is dealing with this, and Martha, you touched on all the different agencies, it's so true. They're dealing with this like the mob. When you look historically, you couldn't go after RICO. You couldn't go after those crimes with one agency of the federal government. And the irony is this would be better fought at the local level because there are fewer heads to count. It's easier to keep up with the money and keep up with the people. But now that it's this big, it's going to take at least half of government to go after these guys because it's everywhere. And Dr. Oz today, who followed the Assistant Attorney General McDonald, said that all of this was unleashed during COVID, massive fraud. It was open season on easy money that you could get quickly. There were hardly any checks and balances because we were dealing with the medical storm of a pandemic. And he said that they have uncovered billed claims for illnesses unspecified, which means you could just make stuff up and go out and claim for it and you would get millions of dollars. That's disgusting. It's law-breaking. But Cherkasky said it's going to get deeper than just accountability. He said if people died on the watch of what some of these cases were exploiting, you could be looking at murder charges. Yeah. I mean, that's how serious it is. I was listening to him say this, and I'm thinking, well, of course. Some of these people are end of life, and you're not taking care of what you need to. They can't get their medicines. He talked about empty shelves at some of these places because the money had been absconded and there was nothing to put back on the shelves. I mean, it's a good thing that this is happening. It's embarrassing that it has to.
Yeah, it's horrific. The resources were being squandered on fraudsters and leaving the elderly and seniors and the infirm to wait. I mean, it's just devastating. Kaylee, you would think there'd be no challenges to this. You would think that this would be easy in terms of support and resources, but it seems to be, interestingly, that some governors have for some reason resisted, like Newsom or Walz, where, interestingly, the fraud is most apparent in their states. Why is that, and how can we subvert them?
Yeah, there are massive trend lines that have been indicative of fraud for quite some time, going back to the beginning of Biden. You point out COVID. That's exactly right. Why did they go unnoticed? Why was nothing done about it? The fact that Dr. Oz said the #1 job in New York City is home health care. The #1 job in California is home health care. How odd is that? 50% more work in home health care in Pennsylvania than in retail. How odd is that? Why was there no wake-up call? Why did no one say this is a red flag? And it's not just that. Hospice in California, you mentioned governors. Governor Newsom had a report. I've read all of the pages, 87 pages in 2022, plopped on his desk that talked about all of the oddities with hospice, a rapid increase in the number of hospice without an apparent increase in need, excessive geographic clustering of hospice. Oh, that sounds like New York City adult daycare, doesn't it? Unusually long durations of hospice services, high rates of still living patients. Normally when you go to hospice, you die relatively quickly. You don't continue to live and live and live. All of these warning signs placed on his desk, and he would argue back, look, I froze hospice. Well, yeah, you froze hospice, but you shut down just a fraction of the currently operative fraudulent hospices in just over a few years than J.D. Vance did in a few weeks. So Democratic governors need to wake up. This is a huge issue. I'm not certain it's going to define the midterms, but I think this will be a defining issue of 2028. And we need good answers from Pete Buttigieg and Kamala Harris. What is their plan? Because they worked for 4 years under President Biden when all of this money just went out the door.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.